Hi, I'm Cliff Schultz, Professor and Kelstat Chair of Marketing in the Quinlan School of Business at Loyola University Chicago. I'm clearly not in Chicago, however. I'm standing in front of the Angkor Wat in Cambodia. And the reason I'm standing here is because each year I bring a group of students in Marketing 561 to study emerging economies in Southeast Asia. We visit Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, and learn about consumer dynamics and politics in one of the most compelling parts of the world. Loyola Chicago, the Quinlan School, is unique in its offering of this particular course and other courses that introduce people to the incredible opportunity in emerging economies. Come to Loyola, come to the Quinlan School, change your life, change the world.
Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, a list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, follow misguided, stand still, discuss, discouraged. On this precious weekend and in this love for gentlemen only, wealthiest gentlemen only. But now that you're lonely, juggle it, let's go slowly, discouraged. We'll burn the pictures instead. When it's all over, we can barely discuss for 1 minute only. Not with a fortunate only, but it could have been something else. These days it comes and goes. A list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses, a list of mania. Think less but see it grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not hard to let it go. From a mess to the masses. This is showtime, this is showtime, this is showtime. This is showtime, this is showtime, this is showtime. Time to show it up, it's time to show it up.
Okay, we are on our way to get coffee. So Vietnam makes lots of coffee, and they have this particular way of drinking it, poured over condensed milk, and very excited because Professor Schultz says it's like rocket fuel, and clearly I need more of that. So we've got most of the group here. We're all very excited to drink some coffee and experience it in the traditional Vietnamese style.
It's like got a really nice spice to it. Very smooth, very rich.
Heaven. Okay, it's really thick. When you definitely the sweetness in the bottom, but it's not overwhelming, which is amazing. It's still dripping in a little bit. Ooh, it's done. It's time. I mean, I have no words.
On the earth is heroes come here.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. And when the band plays "Hail to the Chief," ooh, they point the cannon at you. No, it ain't me. It ain't me.
Just got out of the palace. It was great. It's a good learning experience. You know, not learning from the textbooks, learning from U.S. writers and seeing it from the hands of the Vietnamese. I was saying to somebody it was a little confusing because everything that we think of, like we call it the North Vietnamese Army, and instead it's the People's Army of the South Liberation, which is just kind of ironic reading from the complete opposite. Because to us it was, you know, the liberation. So it was good to actually learn it from the hands of the people that experienced it. Over and out.
Senator song. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. No. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Y'all don't they help themselves, y'all. But when the tax man comes to the door, y'all the house look like a rummage sale. Yes. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no millionaire son. No, no. It ain't me.
We are at the War Remnants Museum, which shows the story of the Vietnam War, painted from the side of the Vietnamese people. It focuses heavily on the American soldiers coming in.
I'm very shocked and surprised that we did not learn very much about any of this. So it's wonderful to get a perspective from not the American side, but kind of everyone's side.
I think a really interesting thing to me is I've studied World War II and World War I, and I've been to France in the trenches, and I've been to Germany in the concentration camps, and those are very moving because my whole life I've understood what happened there. To come here and see these things that I very vaguely am familiar with, and to see some photos of tremendous tragedy and terrible goings on, and not fully comprehend or understand or know what's reality and truth, is very challenging, both emotionally and intellectually.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn, and nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speak in their minds, are getting so much resistance from behind. Every time we stop, hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Welcome to Vietnam.
And I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be home.
So we're in line on hydrofoil boat. We're very excited. Although it's overcast, but we're still gonna make it to the beach. It'll be good.
It's delicious. Unlike any other fruit I've ever had. It's kind of tough, like rubbery to eat, but it's really sweet.
So we're actually in a market, a real market, as you see people walking by as we're filming here. This is on the fringes of a town called Vung Tau, which is at the mouth of the Saigon River. And I wanted to bring the students here because it's real Vietnam. It's not where tourists come, it's where Vietnamese come to buy fresh vegetables and seafood and meat and daily products. And this is an especially interesting place because as you look over my left shoulder, you see a bunch of fruit and vegetables here, all fresh, and you see the woman who's the merchant, but this is actually the front of her home as well. It's not as if she has a floor spacing somewhere and as a house, it's all one and the same. So the front is sort of the living room and the market area, which spills out literally into the market, which is where Kevin is filming. And then she lives behind and up above. And as we look down, these are all kind of in sort of special districts. So this is fresh produce. As you look beyond those little umbrellas, we get into live animals, seafoods, and to the left, there's a woman selling betel nut, which is a very traditional spice or food or leaf that people mix with some other ingredients and they chew it. It discolors their teeth, but it's a very famous tradition. So again, this is the real Vietnam. It's where marketers and consumers come together to buy products and not touristic. And I think it's very important if you're going to understand Southeast Asia and how people live here and what it's like to go to the market every single day to make things work, to provide for their families. This is it. No Kroger's, no Dominic's, no Safeway. This is a real market where buyers and sellers come together to make their lives a little bit better. One of the things that people don't frequently realize is that there's not a lot of frozen storage capacity here. So when you come to the market, you buy fresh fish, which is where we are right now. Comes right off the boat, got to be prepared, got to be purchased, got to be consumed. Can't store it. So as you look around, this is all fresh, very perishable items. If it's not sold today, it's going to spoil, and both the people selling it and the people buying it are going to be out of luck. Interesting stuff.
Quite pungent. It stings the nostrils. Maybe a little bit of sulfur is what I smell. I don't think I'd want to go swimming in there. I'll be honest with you. Wait until the tide comes back in and they all go out in the early afternoon. So the Tet holiday is coming up, which is the Lunar New Year. You know, you would not call it Chinese New Year in this country. It's Tet. And it's the Lunar New Year. And a big tradition is to give these rice bean cakes that are wrapped up in these banana leaves. And so I'm buying one, and
share with all of you. So happy Lunar New Year.
We just sampled some local street food. Not exactly sure what it is, but they were wrapped in, I think, coconut or banana leaves or something. And they were kind of sticky, and they had rice and coconut and other delicious things inside. Really good. How do you get it out? So we just came from a Buddhist temple where they also have an orphanage, I think, for mostly girls. And the women basically take care of these girls. People sometimes leave them at their doorsteps, infants, and they take care of them until obviously I think like 13, 14 years old. And they were so excited to see us, really gracious. Yeah, so it was really cool. It's the first temple I think that we've seen, and it was a good one to go to since they do such a good thing there. So.
How's it going?
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right.
Yeah, well, we came to the beach just to, relax, chill, have a couple of beers, the usual thing. And then looking nice, spotted two kids kicking the ball around, and we thought, you know what, why don't we go just kick the ball with them? And so we went there, we just asked them politely, and they were more than happy to play with us. And yeah, from then on it just started growing and growing. It multiplied into a game. It's a huge game.
Yeah, an entire team.
There was an entire team on the beach. They came with their uniforms and whatnot. So that's to show you how soccer, wherever you go, unites people. And I'm happy we got to experience that.
The first group of kids, the little kids didn't speak any English, but their mother did. So she helped us get the teams together. And then the group with the uniforms beat the crap out of us, and they spoke some English too, so they were better than us in a lot of different ways.
It was fun to see, to put a smile on those kids' faces. They're not used to us Americans coming over here and playing with them. They see us on TV, and it's really cool to see that. And look at this man. It's like he's been in a real match.
Yeah, we hope it made their day.
Yeah.
It made my day.
Julie, defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my role, protect everybody. It was so much fun. That was so rewarding. Nice job, team.
1, 2, 3, Quinlan!
I'm standing on Chumong Chin Street in the middle of District 1 of Ho Chi Minh City, and I wanted to bring Kevin and Karen with me, who are the thoughtful photography team, video team for Marketing 561, to show them some of the interesting issues and challenging issues in what we call emerging economies. So a lot of people think that an emerging economy is kind of a linear event, but it's not. It's very systemic, it's complex. There are a number of factors that have to be addressed if an economy is going to emerge justly, profitably, and well. And this little green market makes a very interesting point of sort of the juxtapositions of a lot of different themes that are happening all at one time in the emerging economy. This is a very old, small green market. And there are vegetable stands, there's a little meat stand over there. And as we saw yesterday in the market, in that little meat stand, the people have the retail space in the front and they live up above. You can see their laundry. Fruits here, a bit more diverse product line and merchandise over here with canned goods and fruits and some detergents. Over here, more fruits and vegetables. Some of these are even made up as we go to the very end of this little green market into impromptu pho stands or soup stands where people start their day, taxi drivers pull up, workers pull up, will have a bowl of pho, maybe a cup of coffee, and move on. And I'm hopeful as Kevin finishes videotaping this that maybe he can sort of lift the camera up a little bit and you can see a new industrial tower over there. You can see the new Prudential building behind us. I'm guessing that's 35, 40 stories. the Sen Spa building over there, Norfolk Towers over here, so kind of surrounded by what you think of an emerging economy, but again, it's not linear. And there are these old vestiges, which raises some important questions. Should they be preserved? Should these people's lives be preserved? Should they be moved someplace else? Does progress march on with them, without them? And that's why it's fascinating to take a course where you can actually see this and think, well, what would I counsel these people? What would I counsel the city fathers? What would I counsel a foreign direct investor to make the best outcomes for the largest number of people in a place like Ho Chi Minh City or any other emerging economy that we might visit? So take a look. Another interesting challenge in emerging markets, a place like Vietnam, for example, is what consumers want in their products, what they value. Take the simple category of rice. Most Americans would think Uncle Ben's, brown, white. That would be the end of it. But in a place like Vietnam, there's rice for all different occasions. It has to be different textures, different fragrances, different colors. And so this is actually a pretty modest display, but you can see some markets where there would be maybe threefold more different types of rice, again, for all different occasions, various ceremonies, holidays, types of meals. And so you have to think about what the consumer values here and design your products and services accordingly based on what they value and not necessarily on any particular global standard. Take a look up there. You'll shampoo and other products, soaps. So that's actually a very inefficient way to package a soap or a shampoo. And you might ask yourself, well, why would they do that? Wouldn't they be much better off buying a big box of that? Much more cost effective. That presupposes you actually have enough money in your pocket over time where you can think ahead to buy a big box of soap. A lot of consumers in this market don't have that luxury. They live literally from day to day, hand to mouth. Maybe today they can buy the soap. Maybe today they can buy the shampoo. Maybe tomorrow they cannot. So while each unit collectively is more expensive, it's what they can afford to do today, and that's why that particular product, the way it's packaged, is so successful in this particular market. You wouldn't know that unless you actually came here and saw what the purchasing power is of a preponderant number of consumers in a place like Vietnam. So now I've moved back across the street to get a little perspective on that establishment right there and back in that alley. None of these little markets like this would really work very well if they didn't have an adjacent pho stand. Pho is the traditional Vietnamese soup. So you go back in that alley, somebody's put in some plastic chairs, somebody's got a lot of the rice noodles here, preparing them, people are coming and going, the motorbikes have pulled up, little parking section. So it's almost like a mini shopping center, the grocery store, little food stand in the Vietnamese tradition, people stopping on their way to work, and this will be open from kind of 6 in the morning till about 9 o'clock at night, and there's no set time, just sort of when it starts and when it dwindles. And that's life in a small green market in an emerging economy where everything else is growing up at kind of a global standard all around it. Another vestige of a day that's kind of a bygone era. This is a Ciclo 3-wheeled pedicab. The fellow sits here, and you, the consumer, sit up here. He'll pedal you around town, typically for about $1 or 20,000 dong for wherever you're wanting to go. And you see fewer and fewer of these, and there are only really two types of customers now. People who simply can't afford anything else, and American and European and Aussie, Japanese, Korean tourists who like to ride them and have the experience around town. But take a good look at this, because this is history. Other than for touristic purposes, these aren't going to be around much longer. In fact, the city now even prevents them traveling in some parts because it's just too obstructive to the traffic. Ciclo. So this looks like spicy sauce. This is pretty unique to the region as well. I wouldn't say unique, I would say increasingly popular. We have some attractive young ladies promoting the product, and they've got their uniforms on, and I'm sure this is absolutely delicious. I wouldn't even have known about this product had I not seen these ladies on the side of the road, so it looks pretty darn tasty. Come on. Chúc mừng năm mới.
we're going to present our consulting ideas to them of how they can grow their business further, especially coming to the U.S. market. And we had a lot of fun preparing the presentation. We had some meetings with different types of companies that we think can help them, and we're excited to share our thoughts.
We were very honored today to be at the SCC Cosmetics Company where we had the opportunity to present. Very proud of my wonderful team who did a lovely job explaining our plan for the company.
Yeah, I think we did really well. We went on the tour beforehand, saw the factory, and then we're able to present our whole plan, and I think we did really well. I think we knocked it out of the park.
It was a lot of fun, and it was wonderful to hear a little bit more about the company so that when we made our presentation, it came full circle.
Our presentation was very well received from all of the executives, and we are looking forward to helping them in the future.
Some manly power. This cologne smells very nice, and yes, it is sure to make you more manly, so I'm pretty excited about this. Outside the post office here in Saigon. Inside it does look like a train station, even from the outside it looks like a train station. Nice wooden booths that used to be, I guess, for phones, now they're ATMs. Inside there's a bunch of markets and stands to include a Saigon Cosmetics stand.
Yes.
Hey, do you mind relaxing? I'm trying to add up.
Going from everywhere.
All right, so it is our last morning here in Saigon. We're here in Vietnam, and we are on our way to another coffee shop. So a few days ago, we went to Quinlan, and this time we are on our way to Highlands. Highlands is in the square that's not far from our hotel.
Ho Chi Minh. So yeah, greatly immersing ourselves in the brewery parts of Vietnam, and out of words right now because this place is just massive. But it also reminds me of the Heineken plant in Rwanda. My dad used to work there, and it brings back some sweet memories. So yeah, we were going to go on the tour. As you can see, they produce about there's a little over 1 million bottles and cans a day. But don't quote me on that. I am truly stunned. Truly stunned.
Everyone is very tired. We've just gotten off the plane. It's night here. But first impressions driving to Siem Reap, I think we're all pretty blown away. It's beautiful, and our hotel is very beautiful. We're very excited to have a great couple of days here.
Alright, it's our first day in Cambodia. It was beautiful to wake up this morning, open the blinds and look out the balcony. Today we're going to be taking our first tour of Siem Reap and going to a World Heritage Site in Angkor Wat, which is going to be really exciting, very exciting.
Lights go out and I can't be saved. Tides that I tried to swim against brought me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and plead, singing, come out of things unsaid. Shouldn't I pull off my head and a trouble that can't be named? A tiger's waiting to be tamed, singing.
We have to watch your step.
I am a part of the disease, singing.
rest of some of the temples that are the surrounding. Big Angkor. Tom means big. We learned that from our guide, Tim. I guess the first thing is it's incredibly emotional to see that. You kind of want to put yourself in the shoes of someone 1,000 years ago, what it would look like and how it would be, and you kind of try to build a picture in your mind of what it would be like. And I don't think you can do that justice. However, walking around, you notice that it is still very active inside. A lot of religious practices, a lot of religious rites that are still occurring, which kind of gives you a little bit of sense of respect when you get in touch with what history was like there. And it's very, very moving. But also you kind of think in the back of your mind kind of the history, modern history of Cambodia, where they were at such a great peak. Our guide would continually talk about this, about the impact of the civil war here in Cambodia. You feel that hovering over you a lot, and it's very difficult to wrestle those two different things. So Angkor Wat is representative of all the best and all the worst that humanity can do. So it's pretty impressive. It's definitely a lifetime check mark to accomplish.
Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up. The world got still. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Well, the good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the seed may burn. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing.
We just saw Angkor Wat. It was incredible. It's just unbelievable how intricate the details are and how advanced the structure is for when it was developed. And it was just kind of a really surreal experience. Do you feel very centered?
I feel very centered. It's incredible that all of this was restored or still standing to this day since it's been so long. It's just such an amazing experience, such a huge, huge temple. Yeah, I feel great and I'm so happy and lucky to be here.
We are getting on the bus for day 2 of our visit to the temples, but first we get to go ride elephants! I'm definitely getting on one. It's gonna be amazing.
We just got done riding elephants. It was amazing, and I have decided I no longer want a puppy dog. I'm taking an elephant. I'm so excited.
Sarah, what'd you think?
It was a great ride. Our poor elephant was a little bit tired and we got passed up by 3 folks, but we also got more bang for our buck.
You got a longer ride.
We got a much longer ride and it was amazing doing it around the temple too, like going all around and coming back, and yes, it was great.
Of a small boat because our class is heading out to what's called the Floating Village. This is a very small tributary that leads out to the Great Tonle Sap, which is the largest freshwater body of water in all of Southeast Asia, and it brings a lot of interesting people together. Vietnamese coming upstream, Khmers or Cambodians on the side, and these sort of situations with a lot of fruit and farmland, depending on the depth or the shallowness of the water, brings interesting people together for commerce, consumption, consumer behavior, markets, and marketing. So as we go out here, we'll see all sorts of interesting things. We'll see boats coming up to us trying to sell products. We'll see, as we get out farther out, a crocodile farm that floats. We'll see small pig farms. We'll see little schools and hospitals. It's one of the most unique markets I've ever seen anywhere in the world, only in the Floating Village. And it's a great learning tool that need, people, these two things bring markets together, create markets, hopefully consumption behaviors that are equitable and make the living situation a little bit better and helps the prosperity of the people who are involved in it.
In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep, from the mountains of fame to the river so deep. I must be looking for something
I'm searching for something, taken out of my soul. Something I never.
Yes.
Snaky.
Snaky.
Snaky. No, it's I was shaking in the beginning, but it's really smooth. It's looks like it's been trained by the owner. Her name's Mimi. And,
The snake's name is Mimi.
The snake's name is Mimi. So much smoother, but a little heavier than I thought it would be. I recommend people should try to get over that phobia of snakes. New experiences in Cambodia. Doesn't fail to surprise me.
Face your fears, which I didn't.
Face your fears.
And we have a group of 22 students total in our group that's traveling throughout Southeast Asia. 18 of them showed up at 4:40 in the morning to travel by tuk-tuk parade over to Angkor Wat. We're going to set up in a great spot to see the sunrise back behind the temple and do some sunrise yoga, and we're very, very excited about it.
The bus that takes me to you. Bus, magic bus. I'm so nervous I just sit and smile. Magic bus. House is only another mile. Bus, magic bus. Thank you, driver, for getting me here. Bus, magic bus. Being inspector, have no fear. Bus, magic bus. I don't wanna cause no fuss. Bus, magic bus. But we cannot.
So we're going to Egg West Mission today, and they do this fantastic thing where they train young people in the hospitality services. So I brought along things like toothbrushes and pantyhose and things like that to donate. Hopefully that will help them as they learn to become professionals who will work in the hospitality business.
Sixpence every day.
I purchased 2 scarves from the silk lady over there. I'm really excited about it. Yeah, this is a great market with quality products and very cheap scarves.
An important question to ask when one studies emerging economies is emerging from what? Most people think profound economic mismanagement or political incompetence. Sometimes it's a combination of all those things and the horrors that spill from them. So in the case of Cambodia, it's genocide. In the 1970s, roughly from 75 to 79, at least 1 million people were brutally killed by Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge. Some people would say as many as 3 million. The country still reels from that some decades later. A number of the population illiterate, disenfranchised, poor, destitute. There are some Cambodia watchers who believe that the country may never recover. So we're here to study this, to try to find some best practices to help Cambodia pull itself from the horrors of this political, economic madness and give Cambodia and Cambodians a better day. So I'm standing in front of the stupa, which is a memorial here at this Wat in Siem Reap. There are others scattered throughout the country, so we say a blessing and pay our respects with hopes that through the Quinlan School of Business and some of our efforts, we can build a just society here that allows all Cambodians to live in peace and harmony as part of the global socio-economic system. A disturbing view for everyone, but it would be disingenuous to come to Cambodia and not pay our respects here and appreciate what the country's gone through, what the people have gone through, and where we hopefully go positively from here. So I just gave a bit of a soliloquy about the essence of this memorial, and I step back. There's a stream of research in consumer behavior that talks about the sacred and the profane, so we're clearly in a very sacred spot here. And I'm asking Kevin to do a bit of a panorama here. It seems to me to be very bad form to have market activity in such a sacred spot. So people are selling souvenirs over here, and you can buy soft drinks and sunglasses, and I personally find that in poor taste, and I'm a bit surprised that that would be allowed to happen here. Now that's easy for me to say in my Western American judgment. I'm going to go home to a nice family and a comfortable life. Maybe this is the only way they can generate revenue to keep the Wat complex and the school and the monastery going, but it just seems to me that there might be a more appropriate place for it.
The city don't know what the city is getting. The criminal, the chess girl gonna show it everything but you grinning, you know. Time flies, doesn't seem a minute to turn around the bars like a chessboard minute. All change, don't you know, when you play at this level, there's no ordinary venue. There's Iceland, or the Philippines, or Hastings, or this place. One night in Bangkok and the world's growing oyster. The all the temples, but the pearls ain't free. You'll find a garden and the golden cloister. And if you're lucky, then the gods say cheese. I can feel the angels sliding up to me. One down, very like another when your head down on your pieces, brother. It's really such a beauty to be looking at the world, not looking at the city. What do you mean? You see one crowded, polluted, stinking town? Tea girls, Walden Street, Somerset up in the Somerset Down Street. Get tired to talking to a tourist whose every move's among the purists. I get my kick above the waistline, sunshine. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. Not much between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok makes the tough guys tumble. Can't be too careful with your.
This is Kevin McMillan reporting in. We are in Bangkok, Thailand right now, getting on a ferry boat to go to lunch. We just finished a tour of the reclining Buddha, as well as the Royal Palace. Yes, there's the Grand Royal Palace. So it's been a great day. It's a beautiful day outside, and weather's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So couldn't ask for any better weather, especially coming from Chicago, where it is absolutely freezing. So last day in Bangkok, and we've had a great trip.
Oh no, I got a coconut drink. What's in there? Sip. Refreshing. Yes.
I can feel the devil walking next to me. witness to the ultimate test of cerebral fitness. It grips me more than it would a old muddy river or reclining Buddha. And thank God I'm only watching the game, controlling it. I don't see you guys break the kind of mates I'm contemplating. I'll let you watch. I wouldn't fight you, but the kind of queens we use, they just won't excite you. So you better go back to your bars, your temples, your massage parlors, cause we're not having it. One night in Mecca in the world, destroyed oyster. The bars are temples, but the pearls ain't free. You'll find a garden.
Dear Dr. Schultz, we accept the fact that we chose to spend 2 whole weeks in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand to understand Southeast Asian emerging markets. But we think you're crazy to think a journal will tell you what we think those countries are. The world will see them as they want to see them, in the simplest terms, in the most convenient definition. But what we found out was each of them is a market, a war, a religion, a home, and a people. They are all the same, but different. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, Marketing 561, Class of 2014.